Hello, welcome to another episode of Thy Truth. Does your partner have your back? I have seen a lot of relationships where some throw their partners under the bus at the slightest issue. It shouldn't matter who you're talking to, whether it's family, friends, or your co-workers. Your partner should be able to know that they can rely on you. They should know that, they can trust you. If you have issues, you have problems in your relationship, and the first thing you do is throw them under the bus by going to talk about it with other people, then there's obviously going to be problems later on. The relationship can fall apart, and it will be hard to regain your love and your trust. There's nothing as painful as when your partner can't stand up for you, especially when his friends or family are overly intrusive or interfering. I understand, sometimes it's very difficult to manage conflict, especially when it involves, family. And some just want to avoid it. They just want to avoid arguments, or they don't want to be in between family fights or disagreements. I do get it. In my culture, most external family members and friends, they can be very intrusive and conflicting. Like we say, they don't go mind their business. Aproko 2.0, Amebo 3.0. So it's fair to say that with different cultures, with different levels, or degrees of these sort of behavior, I've heard a woman complain of how her mother-in-law, this is in Nigeria, her mother-in-law intrudes into their finances all the time. She would ask her, the lady in question, to show the family a bank statement. And then she would go ahead to help them plan their monies, like her money. And she even intrudes in their sex life. I know, right? Of course, this is obviously going to cause more tension and more wahala in the relationship. And what is painful is her partner didn't realize that going to tell his mother or talking to his mother about certain things going on in his relationship, in his marriage, was causing problems. When it comes to family, you need to set boundaries. And it's funny how after causing these issues and there's problem in the relationship or in the household, and maybe the mother comes in, he avoids the problem. He would choose to be quiet. And that simply means it doesn't have your back. The fact that he has to go ahead and tell people about what's going on in your relationship, he obviously doesn't have your back. So what do you do when you are in a relationship where the person in question does not have your back? I have learned the hard way, that if you don't assert yourself, people would walk all over you. And that's why it's very important to communicate your feelings. You can't overemphasize communication. Talk to your partner in a calm and assertive way. Let them know how you feel. Also, see it from their perspective. All right? It doesn't mean that you're agreeing with what you're doing. It doesn't mean that you've accepted their reaction. But you can actually come to a compromise when you try to understand, okay, why does he go to his mother? Why does he go to his friends and talk to people about what's going on in our relationship? Try to see it from his point as well. And then maybe you can come to a compromise. Okay, what about situations where he doesn't go to them, but they just intrude into your relationship? That's a different situation, right? But he should still have your back. Not saying anything about it. You're not asking the person or asking him to come fix the problem or to resolve the issue, but he's got to support the woman, right? He's got to support his partner. She wants to know that he is trying to also resolve the issue. It could be as simple as him telling his family or his friends, hey, I don't like how you spoke to my partner, you don't have to go on attack mode. You don't have to, as the man of the house, he didn't have to attack anyone. All he had to do was to assert himself and let the woman know that he supports her, or like he is standing behind her, no matter the situation. And most importantly, you need to set very clear boundaries. For example, when it comes to money matters, avoid discussing things with a third party. When it comes to intimate issues, avoid allowing a third party or a family member to get involved. Sometimes I like a neutral person, which is like you talk to a therapist or something like that. But your personal issues should remain personal. And this will pretty much avoid people poking into your business. Sometimes people can't help but do that. It is hard when you feel your partner doesn't support you or have your back. And that's why communicate it. If it doesn't help, maybe it might be time for some drastic actions. And I mean, you can't force them to do that. Remember, the only thing that are truly under your control are your own thoughts, your own feelings, and your own reactions. Thank you for listening. Meet you again at another episode of Die True. Finding your truth with Efemena.